Shark Tank biggest arguments on the show. Greetings, and thank you for tuning in to our video today. We are excited to present our picks for the biggest arguments on Shark Tank. As we explore these dynamic exchanges between entrepreneurs and investors, let us remember to approach these discussions with kindness and respect for all parties involved. At the start of the popular television show Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary was often viewed as the toughest and most challenging shark to deal with. However, as the series progressed, it became increasingly evident that Mark Cuban could also be quite snappy and difficult to negotiate with. During one particular episode, the introduction of a heated massage therapy ball sparked a fierce debate among the sharks. Mark Cuban was quick to express his interest and even went so far as to make an offer before his fellow investors had a chance to weigh in. He was determined to receive an answer to his proposal promptly and with minimal discussion. The entrepreneurs on Shark Tank appeared to be in a state of discomfort as they found themselves in the midst of a heated bidding war between the show's investors. While several sharks had expressed interest in investing in the entrepreneur's product, it seemed that Mark Cuban was determined to dominate the negotiations. As the entrepreneurs requested to hear all of the offers on the table, Cuban reacted with frustration and anger, declaring that he was no longer interested in investing. His ego had been bruised, and he sulked while the other sharks were given the opportunity to present their proposals. Ilias Kassos and Elisa Trifonowski, the founders of an all-natural beef jerky business, successfully pitched their product to the investors on Shark Tank. The duo received interest from all four sharks, with Steve Baxter, known as the Kevin O'Leary of Australia's Shark Tank, making the first offer. Baxter boasted about his prior success in the food and beverage industry, but the other investors quickly chimed in with their own competing offers. Naomi Simpson, in particular, was eager to undercut Baxter's offer and aggressively entered the negotiations. While the atmosphere may have seemed intense and confrontational, it is important to remember that such discussions are par for the course on Shark Tank, where entrepreneurs and investors alike must be prepared to make their case and stand their ground. As the two entrepreneurs took a moment to deliberate on the offers they had received, Steve announced with a rare smile that he had secured the deal. However, when the entrepreneurs returned with a rejection of his offer, Steve's demeanor quickly changed. He became visibly offended and pounded, claiming that the entrepreneurs had essentially said, "I don't want you." During a tense negotiation on Shark Tank, the two entrepreneurs took a moment to privately discuss their options. Steve Baxter, one of the investors, seemed confident that he had secured the deal and even wore a rare smile on his face. However, when the entrepreneurs ultimately rejected his offer and chose to go in a different direction, Baxter's demeanor quickly soured. Visibly offended, Baxter pounded the table and accused the entrepreneurs of essentially rejecting him out of hand. His frustration and disappointment were palpable, and it was clear that he had invested a great deal of time and energy into crafting his offer and making his case. Scott Jordan appeared on Shark Tank during Season 3 to pitch his patent for technology-enabled clothing, which he claimed was worth a staggering $7.5 million. Jordan demonstrated the capabilities of this cutting-edge clothing technology using attire from his successful company, Scotty Vest. When Scott Jordan appeared on Shark Tank to pitch his patent for technology-enabled clothing, Mark Cuban was unimpressed and pressed him for more information about the business behind the idea. The other investors also wanted to know more about the potential market and demand for such a product, closing in on Jordan to scrutinize his pitch. During his pitch on Shark Tank, Scott Jordan became defensive when the investors began to question the business behind his patent for technology-enabled clothing. Jordan was eager to keep the focus on his innovative technology, but was cautious not to say the name of his company, Scotty Vest, as this would have meant giving up a percentage of the company or sales for life. As the conversation grew more heated, the tables were turned, with Jordan and his team telling the sharks that they were out. While this outcome may have seemed disappointing at the time, it is important to remember that not every pitch or negotiation will result in a successful deal. Mark Cuban is known for having a short fuse, but when Kent Frankovich pitched his product Revo Lights on Shark Tank, he was impressed. Frankovich had already achieved some success and was seeking help to fulfill the demand for his bike safety lights. The pitch garnered a number of offers, with Robert Herjavec stating that he felt the company had been undervalued. After Kent Frankovich pitched his product Revo Lights on Shark Tank and received several offers, Mark Cuban agreed to invest. However, he also accused the entrepreneur of undervaluing the company on purpose and coming on the show just for exposure. Mark Cuban's reputation for having a short fuse on Shark Tank is well known, and it's not the first time he's gotten angry at a pitcher. However, despite his accusations, Kent Frankovich and Robert Herjavec were able to make a deal regardless. While it can be challenging to deal with strong personalities like Cuban on the show, it's important for entrepreneurs to stay focused on the opportunity at hand. Ultimately, the investors are looking for products that have the potential for growth and profitability, and a strong pitch can help to demonstrate that potential. Mark Cuban's reputation for having a short fuse on Shark Tank is well known, and it's not uncommon for him to get angry at pitchers. However, despite his outburst, Kent Frankovich and Robert Herjavec were able to come to a deal regardless. During a pitch on Dragon's Den, Alan Sherrock presented Murugi Health and Well-Being, a company that produces massage chairs with audio meditations designed to help users lose weight, quit smoking, and improve their overall well-being. However, trouble arose when Theo Pathetis asked about the medical evidence to support the claim that the chairs could aid in weight loss. During Alan Sherrock's pitch for Murugi Health and Well-Being, he presented massage chairs with audio meditations as a solution for weight loss and smoking cessation. However, when Theo Pathetis inquired about medical evidence to support the efficacy of the chair in weight loss, Alan sidestepped the question. This response didn't sit well with Theo, but the real trouble started when Hilary Devi asked for numbers to back up Alan's claims. To her surprise, Alan couldn't provide any concrete data. This led to a heated exchange, with Hilary becoming visibly frustrated at the lack of business acumen displayed by Alan. Ultimately, none of them were willing to invest in the product due to the lack of evidence and transparency, demonstrating the importance of being prepared with numbers and facts during a business pitch. A Canadian entrepreneur named Alex Casey pitched his company Earth and Trading, which produces disposable dinnerware made from palm leaves. While their products are more expensive than traditional paper plates, they are also eco-friendly. However, Kevin O'Leary was not impressed and even went as far as to say that the plates were unattractive. This prompted a quick response from fellow Dragon Arlene Dickinson, who argued that the plates were beautiful and reminded O'Leary that not everyone valued appearance over sustainability. Despite their higher price point, the product was praised for its environmental benefits. However, things got heated when Kevin O'Leary criticized the aesthetics of the plates, prompting Arlene Dickinson to defend the product's value proposition. The argument escalated when O'Leary made the controversial claim that nobody cares about the environment and that money is the only motivator for people. This statement was met with strong opposition from the others, with Dickinson and Jim Treliving in particular standing up for the importance of environmental sustainability. Arlene disagreed, and the two bickered with Arlene arguing for the future of the planet, while Kevin argued for his old way of doing business. The argument between the two dragons escalated, with Kevin calling Arlene a tree hugger and Arlene pointing out the ignorance of his statement. While Arlene believed that businesses have a responsibility to the planet, Kevin argued that their only responsibility was to make money. Ultimately, the argument did not result in a deal, but it highlighted the importance of considering the environmental impact of business decisions. If you found our previous picks interesting, we recommend checking out this other recent clip from our video. By subscribing to our channel and ringing the notification bell, you will be the first to know when we release our latest videos. We strive to provide informative and engaging content, so we hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching.